Welcome to Beyond Systems. My name is Egwin, and today we're talking about the next progression in this squatting, deep squatting hip opening movement that we did a couple of days ago. Now, in this next progression that I want to share with you right now, we're gonna talk about a little bit more of our upper body as well and how to organize it on top of our legs. Now, once again, we start in this deep squatting position like last time. For those of you who watched the video, I also put a link down there if you want to rewatch it or you haven't seen it so far. This was our foundation last time, so we said one knee down, the other one opens to the side, and I really try to feel where the hip joints actually lie in regard to my pelvis, which is pretty deep and pretty centered in here. We do this on both sides, just a tiny little bit. Try not to open very small, but really try to go big here. Try to open as much as possible. As mentioned in the last video, make sure that your left leg, your left foot rather, actually turns all the way with your leg and doesn't stay somewhere pointed to the front, whereas you put pressure on your knee by trying to rotate your thigh even further. This is quite important here. We also do this on the other side, try to really open and come back. Last time we didn't talk at all about our upper body in this exercise. Now let me show you this from the side. When I'm here, from this position, I just move to the front. My upper body sort of grows out of my pelvis, and then I center back in towards this lower squatting position. Do this on the other side as well. Now what we're gonna add today is we're gonna pull back the left shoulder and the right shoulder in the movement. So we're gonna come down, and now I'm gonna pull back my left shoulder, open my chest to the front, and pull the left shoulder back. Then come back in. Then I'm gonna do it on the other side. Come to the side, and now pull the right shoulder back and open the chest to the front, to this direction. Come back in and get centered again in this squatting position. Now we're gonna add an arm to get a little bit more range of motion out of this exercise. So we're gonna bring down the right knee, the left knee opens, and we're gonna open our torso. We're gonna open our arm backwards and up, and then come back in. And left knee to the ground, right out, roll the shoulder back, open the arm up and out to the side, and come back in. As we come back in, out, in, out, and back in. Now, as you can already see in this exercise, what I'm really focusing in on is this extension of the arm up. You can also see that I do not leave my body in a completely upright state. I'm kind of leaning towards my front knee, the knee that is dropped towards the ground, to also gently laterally flex my spine and really get a nice twist, a nice opening to the front, and a nice lateral opening in my spine as well. So this is really a combined exercise where many different directions and ranges of motion actually play together. The thing, whenever we become more complex with a movement pattern, like this one for instance, is that there is a lot of possibility for play. You can either put your elbow down on the front leg, you can put your hand down, you can try and reach with your hand to involve the second shoulder even more. There is a great range of variety here. What I want to focus on right now is not so much the different possibilities of hand placement, of angles of the hand and so on, but more the connection aspect of how we connect this movement together so that it becomes sort of a more smooth, interlinked aspect of movement rather than I move this, then I do that, then I move this, then I do that. Now the last couple of times I showed this exercise, it was more look, now we build the foundation, then I do this with my arm. And that's where I want to get out of, more towards the forward. So I'm gonna come back in here. I think you should see it from your angle right now. From here, I'm gonna open out to the front. My pelvis leads. My arm already extends upwards. Over. And I come back in to center. I do it on the other side. And back in. There is a point in this movement where you feel your pelvis shifting in terms of its parallelity to the ground. If I do this movement on both sides at the same time, just dropping the knees to the front, now obviously my pelvis stays parallel towards the ground at all times. However, if from that position I allow my right knee to drop, then there is a point where I can also allow my right hip to drop down a little deeper than the left one. And the second I feel my right hip dropping a little further than the left, that is the indicator, that's the timing when my upper body just naturally follows this hip incline to the side and just extends into this opening movement. That's the point. Those are the things that I want to highlight here. Those tiny triggers of where one movement actually leads to another. Obviously I could do it differently as well, but this time, right now, I want to focus on that. I want to focus on that link. So once again, from here, bring the left foot to the front, right rotates to the outside. Last time we've been talking about whether to lead with the knees or to lead with the pelvis. Try to lead with the pelvis right now. Look, pelvis moves out to the side. That's the intent. Work. And the second you feel the inclination of your pelvis to change, allow the upper body to move with it into this new reach, this new range of motion. And then reverse the process and try to also feel this sucking back into center aspect when you come back. Now obviously when you reverse this process, you pull back your polarities, bring them back together, back to the front. And there is this point when the pelvis sort of also recollects the leg. I'm gonna show you this from the front so you have another angle for this. When I'm doing it from here, I'm gonna open my pelvis to the side. Now it drops. I allow my upper body to drop with it. Come back up. Up. And I come and suck back in and recenter natural. Come back out. Well, allow my upper body to drop with the incline of the pelvis. And come back. What? I have this recentering aspect. I have an outward motion that is, in this specific case, defined by what my center is doing because my awareness started in the center. My awareness was an opening the pelvis to the side. And I allow my legs to facilitate that movement, and then in the third stage I allow for the upper body to actually follow the movement of the pelvic ring. Alright, have a wonderful time trying this out. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below. There's a lot on my channel regarding natural movements like this, or natural movement progressions like this, functional movement, as well as personal development stuff. So if you want to check out the channel, check it out. Click the link below, subscribe, like and share, and have a wonderful time. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.